It is recording. It doesn't say recording there. Well, through the wind. See waiting. That's weird. It's weird. Hello. Oh, we're getting an echo here. Just do it this way. It's like. Hello, Jessica, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I think I can hear you now. Let's see if I can.
I'm not muted. Oh, I heard me come through your speaker, so.
Yeah, so we're having internet issues here, so I had to use my phone for the setup. Okay, why can't I see anybody? There we go. Hi, Brandon. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm good. How are you?
Doing really good. Where are you sitting today? Are you up here at the lake?
I'm in Sacramento, California, where I live.
No way. Hey, so I grew up in Roseville.
Oh, you did? Yeah, just short distance away.
My folks still live in the same house I grew up in. We were just there a couple weeks ago for a quick visit.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I know that area well.
I own a little cabin on Rainbow Circle, and was planning to semi-retire, and then plans changed. So still have the house though.
Right on.
Yep.
Glad you found us.
I am too. I'm really glad that I got the email for this.
Excellent. Rick and Gloria, hello, hello. I see you waving. Yeah. It's a little awkward doing it on the phone versus the computer, that's for sure. Let's see. Who else we got here? So I see a Tim. Hello, Tim. Robert. Buzz is here. And some random user who won't show their face. It's okay. That's allowed. All right. We're getting close to 6. We'll wait maybe a couple minutes here. See if we can collect a few more. Looks like we have, what, 7 folks? Oh, here's some waiting room. Let me open up, let some more people in. All right, so we got a couple of users. Hello and welcome, whoever just joined us. M&M just joined us. So while we're waiting, I'll tell it's a Zoom related kind of story. I just did a conference session at the Arizona State Parks and Recreation Conference, but it was all virtual because of the COVID stuff going on. So as awkward as this is much better. They had to be pre-recorded, which was odd doing a session to nobody, right? You miss that audience feedback. There's no interaction. There's no, you try and make a joke, nobody laughs. You know, it's a little rough. So, and then the conference time, the session is played, and then I'm available at the end for question and answers. But it was just awkward overall. This kind of setting here is much better, where we can interact and we can talk and ask questions back and forth. Let's see. I have some new people here. John and Teresa, welcome. Can you hear us?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Anybody home?
I hear you, John.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so.
I think I'm seeing your ceiling though. That's
Yeah,
all
I'm trying to get it set up.
Hello. Oh, how this stupid thing go?
Teresa or black, that's fine.
Well, that's not a PC.
There.
There you go. Are you the other one here?
No, we got about almost 10 folks now.
Good. Everybody's watching but not being seen, huh?
Well, there's quite a few folks who have their cameras on.
Yeah.
Just scroll through, you'll see them.
I gotta do the switch to gallery view. Well, hello, more people.
Hello, Buzz, you hear us?
Yeah, we're here.
All right. Good. Let's see, what does that bring us up to? We got a total of 10 folks. Wow, we're cruising now. Let's see. So this is that moment when it's always that balance, right? Between if you start on time, teach those late people a lesson, or do you have to repeat stuff because everybody who came late has the same question over and over again? I don't know. You guys think you got some other neighbors that are going to be jumping on here soon? I don't know, maybe Rick and Gloria can sing us a song while we wait an extra minute. They said no. Oh, you're muted. All right. Oh, no. Did you guys pick up that phone call? Do you hear ring? Yeah. All right, he's got it. We got somebody here for that. All right. Tim and M&M is here. See who we got. Anybody else in the waiting room? Looks like 6:04. 10 of us. I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So glad you guys could join us. I didn't know if you guys had a chance to be on the county website. They had me bring an update, if you will, just hey, what's going on to like kind of update to the county board of supervisors. There's no action item. It was nothing they're going to vote on, right? So it was just an update. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, which is, since it's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, I'm assuming most people don't get a chance to see those meetings. So I'll post that slideshow as well. But I'll share a few things that I covered there with the Board of Supervisors, and then we'll open up to questions. So we did mention that we're doing the Zoom meetings. Seems like we did one at the end of June. Here's early August. We're almost on a once a month kind of thing. So that seems to be maybe a good pattern. So we'll try and do them once a month. That seems like a good pattern. If you guys think otherwise, let me know. If you weren't aware, we did a movie night in conjunction with the Community Association back on July 2nd. That was a Thursday night, kind of get ahead of the 4th of July thing. We showed the movie, what was the movie? The movie was...
National Treasure.
Say again?
National Treasure.
There it is, National Treasure. And so we had a good 30 plus folks out there. And for our part, we did a couple of activities ahead of time that were movie related, hid some treasures in the sand for the kids to find. We did a scavenger hunt for the older folks, older teens, young adults. They solve the clues and go find the treasure. And that was lots of fun. All right, we got some other people coming in. Let's see. Good. Welcome, everybody. So that was fun. And they're looking to do another movie night here on Friday, August 28th. And so they are... they're getting that planned. They're still picking the movie, but that should be a fun night out here at the lake. I will note that we're getting a lot of property inquiries. You know, really more than ever before. I'm told that I don't know about previous years, but you know, some of our staff has been here from the last year and the year before. So they tell me we're getting a lot more. You know, these are folks that are looking to buy property. They're or just bought a property, looking around, or that, you know, it's those kind of things. So we get those phone calls, we get people walking in here. So we're having that question come up quite a bit. So we're able to sell the neighborhood, so to speak. I know some of you folks would like to tell them to go away, so there's less people here. But you know, the area is growing. So I've been making some updates to the website. So that's our next topic, was that I was opening up the adding more pictures to the website, ease of clicking on to find your way through, trying to make things as simple as possible, as least number of clicks as possible to get to the item that that you want, so you can find it easily. In addition, I was able to, well, we actually changed the domain name. And so instead of being a big long name, it used to be WML-recreationdistrict.org. Now it's just the acronym of our district, which is WMLCRID. Somebody is not muted who might want to be. Let's see. 1 second. See who's not found them. There we go. That's better. And so the acronym, it's funny that our name is so stinking long, 7 words, multiple syllables each. And so our acronym becomes too long. It's still 7 letters, but it's still an easy way to identify us. And so the website domain is now the WMLCRID. And then next topic is the actual Facebook page that we did is also /WMLCRID, to try to help folks be able to find it more quickly. And on that Facebook page, we're trying to post regularly. So we got to be current about that to keep things up to date. We quickly jumped to about 100 likes on the page, and then we kind of petered out. So we're in the low hundreds still. Our next goal, of course, would be to get to the 200 mark. So if you have friends or people who are interested in the lake, the Facebook page is a great way to get that information. We should note that the website is always going to be our main focal point for how information is distributed per the county's requirement, but the website will carry the Facebook information. The Facebook will carry stuff on the website. The Facebook page will really be the most current thing, so you can quickly find what's the newest thing going on. Next item, I'll mention that we've created a graphic design to represent the district. Call it a logo if you want. There didn't seem to be a lot of appetite to going through a whole logo process that involves diving into the values. Definitely the County Board of Supervisors didn't want to dive into this large process for our little lake here. So I went ahead and put something together just to get something to use. You know, it's useful on business cards, on flyers, on the website. Any place you want to identify our district in a small little portion, it's nice to have. So if you go to our Facebook page or website, you'll see the logo prominently displayed there. And if the community felt like they wanted to have a wider project or process about a logo, how do we represent our district, our neighborhood, and the lake, in a graphic design, we can go do that process, and that'd be a fun process to go through. But for now, we have the little logo, and it has a little sailboat on it. It has the names. There's a couple different colors involved. So go take a look, and you'll see if you like it. What else do I got? All right, so we mentioned a couple different projects that we've been looking at. So while I've been on board, we've been looking to see what things need doing, what things should be next. We have a small budget with which to work, and of course, the more we can improve our revenue through, we talked about the possibility of concessions or concessionaire, possibility of kayaks, kayak rentals, those kind of things. And the more we get closer to having that come to fruition, the more revenue we'll have to spend on some projects to make improvements. So one thing that was talked about was the idea of boat slips. So in the middle of summer, in June and July, our boat slips are pretty full, and they were full with a lot of, we'll call them short-term rentals, a month long, a week long, or just a weekend. So the boat slips were full quite a bit, but they weren't yearly rentals, right? And so with the yearly rentals, we should note that comes with the first right of refusal for the following year. So come January 1, they get the opportunity to choose their same slip again for those yearly rentals. And the way we've set it up is, of the 12 slots that we have, the 2 on the end are just kind of reserved for those short-term rentals. And then the remaining 10 are designated to be the year-long kind of rentals. And we filled all but one of those right now. So that's good news. It means that some of our demand went down. What happened, we had some people who were renting slips that kind of backed out and pulled out and stopped renting those slips. They didn't have their boat yet. They've been building it. It's been happening for a couple of years. They've been paying for slips for a couple of years. And they said, that's enough. When I get my boat built, I'll come back and talk to you. So we opened those slips up and we were able to meet the need. We had a wait list. And so I started going through the wait list, and we were able to fill almost all the slips. So what that means is we don't have a huge issue or a huge need to go build a lot more docks. But in talking with staff, we found a way to maybe use some of those fingers that are on the daily dock here, and make the edge that's near the ramp more straight, because those fingers that stick out towards the ramp actually hinder boats, coming in, being able to tow your boat, walk your boat up to your slip or whatever, or walk your boat up to your trailer, I meant. And so some of those fingers could be taken off and reattached, and we could add some more slips, maybe up to 4 slips, over on the boat slip rental side. So that's exciting. We can kind of accommodate the need for right now without having to spend a whole lot of extra money. We will have to spend some money on some of the flotation underneath, right? Gosh, I forget the word. the buoy, if you will, that holds up the dock. They're starting to sag in a couple of places, so we gotta get a couple of those fixed. And we'll address those issues as they come up. We're looking to do some signs, small signage, nice, professional looking signs, one by the boat dock and by the fish dock and over by the beach area. Because what we're finding is, while we talk to folks, the placard owner doesn't always translate the rules, if you will. We don't have a lot, right? But if they don't translate the rules always to their guests, and then there's sometimes issues where the person leaves to go to the store, and the people who are left behind are not aware of rules. Something simple as, hey, don't bring your kayak or your jet ski up in the swim area, right? Jet skis are pretty obvious. It doesn't happen a lot, but we get a lot of kayaks and paddle boards up on the beach, and so we'll have to tell them not to. Hey, move that along. There's a spot for them over here. But to have a sign nearby somewhere around the ramadas, maybe a couple of them, that just kind of list a few things that people should keep in mind. Then they can help, enforce those. The idea of no kayaks in the swim area, the idea that, hey, if you have a kid who's 12 and under, they got to be watched by somebody who's 18 and over, because that 14-year-old can't watch the 10-year-olds, right? That's kind of a rule that's been in place here for a long time. So we just, it's water safety stuff. And so it's all things that folks should readily agree with. So the signs won't be obtrusive. We don't want a huge, large sign that just says no fun, but we want to have a sign that at least professionally indicates, here's a few things that that you should be aware of, to help us maintain a fun beach. Let's see, I got somebody in the waiting room. There we go. Hello, Kelly Davis. So let's see, is that the conclusion? I think that's the conclusion of those. Let me, hello, Kelly, how are you? All right. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. There she goes. All right, good. So now I guess we can, we can open it up for questions, and anything on what I shared already or any other questions whatsoever, we'll glad to address. Let's see, who wants to go first? There's a hand raising button here on the Zoom feature. The question is, do I know where to find it? Let's see. Anybody have a question? Go ahead and unmute yourself, or maybe I'll come back and look and see if you can wave at me and I can unmute you myself. Is that John and Teresa? I think I saw a finger there. 1 second. John and Teresa. All right, John, I think you can unmute yourself.
Okay, year-round boat slip rentals. In the past, the lake shut down on overnight boats on the water didn't used to be allowed except for our season, April through October. And that was when all the folks that had rented had to move their boats off the water. Anybody who had rights to build a dock had to move their boats off the water. So does that conflict with your plan?
No, I mean, I didn't really change anything. We're just made more slips available and made the phone calls on the wait list to get folks to see if they wanted to take on those full-time slips. I don't think that changes anything.
With the term year-round rental, does that make people think they can use it and park there in all year? Is the question.
They typically
There's
don't.
some
They
volume.
typically pull it out during the winter.
I
It's just
know
better
that.
for their boat. What was that, John?
Okay, I think you may run into a problem with that. Is
What's
all
that?
I'm saying. With people thinking they own a boat ramp or a boat slip all year round. And they can park out there overnight when it's freezing and your tubes blow or their fuel gets in the water, kind of thing.
Yeah, and really it kind of becomes up to the boat owner themselves, and our real life experience is they all pull their boats out. They're not leaving it in there especially when it starts to get freezing.
Okay.
I mean, the lake doesn't freeze, but there's other issues as well, and barnacles and those kind of things. I see you.
Freezes.
What's that, John?
It does freeze.
Yep. I mean, not that you can walk on it, right?
No, you can walk on it.
You walked on the lake?
It used to be.
Oh, you're braver than I am.
I've seen people. I see footprints out there. Stupid people.
Let's see if I can figure out how to. All right, John. John, was that the end of your question there?
Yeah. Yeah, that was all I had.
Let me see if I can find Rick and Gloria here. There goes John. Here you are. All right, John. Rick and Gloria, I think you can unmute yourself now. You should be able to hit that little button.
I was just wondering, maybe just change the language on all the documents to seasonal. Then there would be a date, ending date, and a beginning date for the season. Can you
Say again?
hear me?
You're not
Just
too loud.
change the language on the documents. Change the language on the documents to read seasonal instead of annual.
Yeah,
And then
everything's
put
so seasonal
dates,
now.
beginning and ending dates for the season.
Right, right, and then they're all called seasonal right now. So that's that's a fair point. We can just emphasize, because really encourage them to not leave their boat in when it starts to get to that freezing point. But I don't think it's an issue that in the past